gets me my drinks for free. And it's quick with a joke or a light up. All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. That's my disclosure. Take a look and we'll get to the 6:30 club. What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to the 6:30 Club. It is Thursday. I am a little tired, I will have to say. Yesterday was a day. Traded the open, the CPI. Market was down 50, 60 handles. And guess what it did? It sat there all day. Big support did not break. And you did get some moves that made some sense. Some red to green moves for cash flow. But, if you overtraded yesterday, you're definitely banging your head against the wall. But anyway, had a lead for the city, went on the Cavuto show, got to, see him for a little bit, and then went to the city, had a nice dinner with some traders. It's good to get with traders from all around the country and whatnot, and talk shop, talk trading, and have a few glasses of red wine and some food. But anyway, let me say hello to some of my dogs that are tuning in. Who do we got? We got Jose from Caracas. We got Blair. Very consistent, Blair. I love it. We got Belmore, Long Island. My wife is from Merrick. South Shore, huh? I was from the North Shore, the other side of the 135. What up, Dan? What up, Ryan? What up, Chris? What up, Ali? What up, Gerd? What up, Steve? What up, guys? All right, so what's happening here? You had a hot CPI. We're probably going to have a PPI that confirms it, and the question is, does this range stay intact? How can we continue to absorb all these inflation numbers where, the S&P had a 10% move in the first quarter and some things are faulty, but, we're still above these levels, and there's, we're not breaking. There's some little cracks, but I guess at some point we'll see if those cracks lead to other than that, you just got to kind of be on your toes and trade both ways, and there's definitely some things to do. So if you take a look here at the chart, which is what we look at, a lot of people talking to this head and shoulders pattern. A lot of people like, hey, Red Dog, you see the left shoulder in the spies and the head, and then you have the right shoulder building, and then you have this neckline, which you could kind of see really, really defined, which is true. You have it here. You have 512, you have 512.75, 511, and then here's 507. So that would be an air pocket. But head and shoulders patterns are, I've seen a lot of them not work out because the neckline is support. So for this pattern to work out, you have to break support with force, stay below it, and then you see the downside move. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So if you keep pressing a neckline, if that neckline holds, chances are you're going to get squeezed. But if it gives way, you also have to get out of the way. So that's why you have multiple plans in our business. You don't have arrogance. You look at the weekly chart, and the weekly chart, gives you a little bit of caution also. You see the size of this move that we've had pretty much, for a while, and it looks like it's getting close here, getting close. So this is this 512 spot, and then this is 504. This is 494. So, look how long we've been in this channel for. And if you would have told me in December, when everybody was saying 5 rate cuts, that we might only have 1 and we'd still be up almost 10% on the year, I'd be like, you're out of your mind. And that's where we are. That's why the market could confuse many people all the time. It doesn't give out free money. But anyway, here we are. So until this breaks, we shall see. So what am I doing? Because I'm not the best short in the world. I said yesterday, I bought some 508 puts for next Friday. Today is Thursday, just in case they want to wear people out before breaking. And then if it doesn't break, I'll be in some stocks and I'll just lose money in the hedge. But if it happens, I'll make money that way, which would help. But we'll see. So at this point, here's the spot. It's holding, and we'll see if it breaks to get to. If it did break that, I would think 504-ish happens. So that's why I said the 508s. I can make some decent money. And if it happens in a conducive style when I'm trading it, hey, maybe I'll short, maybe I'll press. We'll see how it goes. What up, Sam from humid Miami? So that's a spies. You could say the same thing for the Qs. The Qs have been in this channel for quite some time. You would think that they'd be able to break this. They haven't been able to break it. It's just going sideways. Sometimes sideways is also correction. A time consolidation could be a time correction. But anyway, you have 435. You have 436 is 432, and then there's a gap. Again, some are saying red dog. Look at the head and shoulders, left shoulder, head. Here could be the right shoulder, and you're getting a pretty defined neckline. And then you also have the weekly chart, which is right here. Okay, it's getting very tight after a huge move and a huge trend. I get it. So you just got to be on your toes. As an active trader, be on your toes. If somebody, trades for a living, you can make money if it breaks. If you have a 401k or a 529 or 403b, it doesn't matter to you. You probably have a job and you tune in here and there. Just put your money in, max it out. Any type of corrective phase. If you have time, if you're 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, it doesn't matter. It'll help your average costs, and over time, the bull market will win. It's just a matter of how long it takes. So that's that. So some people are like, hey, Red Dog, do I think Bitcoin's finally going to get above 71 to 73,000 and make a nice push? I kind of do, but it's I'm getting a little worn out. You guys have got a lot of requests to show the chart of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trying. Oh, here's actually this is the weekly chart. So the weekly chart, let's take a look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart looks pretty good, where it got above this 69,000, and now it's kind of just setting up a nice bull flag up here. So is this going to go? It'd be nice. You can, closer to the halving, and then, you have the post halving, etc. So you would think that maybe there's another type move here. This was a great move. I remember playing Bitcoin through 44. It was awesome. So you go to the daily chart, you'll see it's getting tight. So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I've been accumulating BITO because BITO has calls only on the dip, and I'm getting a pretty big, position for May. I'm going May 3rd, so it gives me some time pre and post halving that if this does want to have another move, I'll be there for it. But we'll see. Blood in the Street account. Everyone loves the Blood in the Street account. My Blood in the Street account is an account that only gets put to work in tiers when we're 5% or more off the highs in the S&P. Not 1 or 2%. That's not Blood in the Street, or 3%. 5%. I put some in, and I go every 3 to 5% down, depending on how long it takes. It's been put to work 15 times, pretty much since before 2018, and it's at its highs, and it's sitting in a fixed rider making 4.5%. Just because I can't contribute to that. So I'm Q with that account. I don't want to have it flapping in the wind. It's the kind of account you want when there's blood in the street. Like, I wish I had cash. It's always good to have a cash account like that. But anyway, so that's Bitcoin. Some of the guys are like, what about silver? Silver, it's had a huge move. I'm the smallest I've been in silver in a while. I do think it goes higher a longer term. But for now, we made a really good move. I started talking about silver. I was on with Liz Clayman here. What a move. That was awesome. So hopefully you did really well with silver and gold. I've been all over that with the 630 Club. And what's up? What's up, Virginia? But anyway, so that's silver. Gold definitely is a bit extended. We'll see what happens if it can work its way to the 8-day and see what goes on there. Yesterday, as far as Stockland, it was nice to see Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia was actually a really, really good cash flow trade for me yesterday. I did not come in long Nvidia. All of a sudden, it seemed as if, the market was down 50 handles. And I was like, if Nvidia wants to be the leader that it was, or if they want a reason for the stock or the market to hold in, Nvidia can go red to green. So I was a buyer of Nvidia versus 830. So that was very, very, very calculated. We talked about this yesterday. And now we'll see. We'll see. Here you kind of have a descending channel here in Nvidia, where if the market wants to hold this range. If the market doesn't hold this range, if we don't hold, 512 in the SPYs or what was it, 435 in the Qs, it's going to be hard for Nvidia to break above, 873 or 885 or whatever, it is to clear that. But anyway, so for today, what I would, it's only down 271. What I would like to see Nvidia do is, you could buy it red, can go green. Maybe it tries to push a little bit above yesterday's high of this 874. But the market's going to have to be kind of positive for that to happen. So we'll see. It might just have even holding the top third of this range would be good for then maybe that to happen. So that was a good, that was fun yesterday. SMCI wasn't as strong, but it also Remember yesterday, I'm like, guys, we're hovering near the 50-day. Don't be pressing. Everyone was talking about the head and shoulders pattern yesterday. I'm like, guys, it's been down for 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th down day. See if it reclaims this low. It reclaimed 881, and it gave you a nice little push. So we'll see what happens there today. eBay looks ready. Somebody's telling me. I'll take a look at eBay for you. Here's eBay. Ooh, look at that. It does look ready. I haven't, been on eBay in quite some time. It's like kind of like Dell that made a big move. This is like old school 1990s. But anyway, nice high level flag. You're right. This eBay looks pretty good. So if you like eBay, yeah, you could be long verse 50, and if it gets above this 53, that could be a move there. Good idea. Whose idea was that? Time direction volatility. It does looks pretty good. Maybe I'll put it on my radar also. Amazon, Jassy speaks today. Kind of a pain in the butt, but look how messy this thing is. So that's why I keep going to the weekly chart, because I can't even look at that. Bottom line is it's working its way back towards this all-time high here of 188.65. We'll see what he says today. Is it enough for this thing to get above and stay above 187.29 in that spot? I have like some lotto calls on. I have the 180. I have I think what do I have on? The 187.5s. So I'm trying to be in a few things, but also trying not to like fall asleep behind the wheel. And and if we do have a tradable move lower, I want to make some money short too. Even though I'm not a great short, I got to be able to do that at times. I've accumulated a position in FXI. I told you guys back in December. I think if you are an asset allocator, and you talk to your money manager, tell them to allocate more to China for the next 2 years, that I think it'll, revert to the mean, and you could outperform by buying China monthly, not BABA, not Baidu, but the FXI or whatever they have mutual fund wise that correlates to Greater China, and it won't, and then there could be a trade here too. I was buying, K-Web into the hole. Now it looks like if this were to break, maybe you get a little bit of upside. So maybe go out a month or two and buy some FXI calls. So that's a decent concept play, I would think. What else was we talking about as a decent concept play? Oh, uranium. Uranium. This is URA, which is a global uranium ETF. I think that it could kind of rebuild a little bit over here, and then at some point take this out, and it could be a nice move. From what I'm hearing, the higher powers are going to start letting a little bit more nuclear power be a way to serve our energy needs. So that needs uranium, and here's a nice looking chart. And what you could do is go out 2-3 months and buy the $32, $33 calls or just be in it. And the CCJ looks pretty good too. Some would say that this is building, it had a nice move, can go sideways here. Perhaps this could take this out, but again, the market needs to prove that some things can continue to go higher. So these are just new names that I'm thinking about: CCJ and URA for uranium for the next 3 months, maybe China for the next month, maybe Bitcoin breaks above that area. I'm trading, I haven't been trading Nvidia as active. It's been correcting, but today I think it's worth a look. You had your day and a half trading Tesla. Remember we talked about that? Tesla's broken. You have to love it and leave it, kind of like the college days. No, and here we are. So you look at Tesla. Tesla's just a mess. Tesla's a mess. It's a car company. Elon is, I don't know, whatever. But all I know is I was long here. We bought it through 174.50. I said maybe it gets to 177. It went to 179, and now it's back in this space. And I would just be, I'm not going to be overly trading Tesla. Every now and then as a trader, there's a setup. You take the setup and you go back to it. You get chopped up and you lose what you made in the calculated setup. For now, maybe Tesla go red to green today, but who cares? Anyway, that is that. What Amazon, Microsoft. Microsoft still looks pretty good. Hovering, going sideways. I think they're having AI day soon. So it's something to put on the radar. It's still in this channel. Okay, it's going sideways. Looks decent. As long as this holds 417, you can't get too bearish. And maybe if the market does decide to hold this range and they need leaders, Microsoft could be one of them. So I get it. Do you have any tiers still invested? And if no, the blood on the street account would just hit a high. So it's in cash. Whenever the S&P trades through highs and goes, I trade out of it. And the only time I put my blood on the street account to work is 5% off highs or more. I don't do 1 or 2%, 5%. because blood in the street means you have to have blood, not sweat. So anyway, but I only do that because it's a state pension fund, okay, that my wife worked in a hospital, and I had to leave it there, so I can't put monthly flows in. If you have a 401k or a 403b or a 529, you put monthly flows. You don't try and time that. You just put in every month. If you have money you can't put in, you want to trade the market, you want to create alpha, then that's something different. But then if you want to trade for a living, you have to have an active account, a swing account, a box account that makes it bigger or smaller if you have the technology, and an options account. That's 4 accounts. Anyway, with that said, listen, 6:46, I got to jump. I have an open house. If you want to come into open house, be my guest. There's a link in this video for it. You can go and you can hang out with the alpha team all day long. Usually I'm in my seat all week, but I have a lot of things going on, so they get to see that I do have to put on my chief strategic officer hat here and there, which means what? I could come in, do my preparation, get the 40 charts, get the note, get the videos, trade the open, go to the city, be on Fox Business, go meet my CEO, then go have trader dinner, and then get home at 12 in the morning and wake up at 4:45. That's what men do, and women. You go out late, or you go out with the boys, you wake up like a man, or vice versa, or you go out with a he, she, you wake up like a he, she. Anyway, I got to jump. Good luck today, guys. PPI is coming out. Be on your toes.